video recording this, so what I can do is I can give Kaylee a link. If you miss something or if you want to look at it again, we'll get you set up like through YouTube. I can have the link on there somewhere. Because sometimes, you know, you kind of miss things as it goes along, but hopefully we'll go slow enough. Okay, so on the right side, if you put your tracing paper on the left edge, you probably will run out on the right side of the gnome. So I would just do the left side, and then right in the middle of his nose and mustache, move that tracing paper over. Yeah, that's about right. You'll run out right about there, so. Sally, what are you doing? She's trying to get comfy. My dog is trying to get comfy. She's probably wondering why we're doing this at her bedtime. Does everybody have something to drink? Because I forgot to bring mine in. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like I missed some of the hat tops here. So let me know when you're all done. Okay. Okay, Kelly's done. Jody's done. Okay, you guys done? Okay, good. Good. What's wrong, Sal? Huh? You okay? Okay. Okay, Dancer, are you done? Dancer? Okay. Okay, you're done. Okay. And we're just waiting for Kaylee. Are you finished now? Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
You'll always want to just go ahead. I am the slowest person.
That's all right. No, we want to wait till everybody. The most important part is getting this all traced on. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start on our right side. But before we do that right side, we want to get the background in. So we're going to mix up a little bit of white. So you have some white. Now you're just going to take a little bit out with your star stick. And I'm just putting a little bit out on my palette here.
What do we mix the white with?
Well, wait, I didn't tell you yet. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. We're just putting the white out right now. And we're going to mix a little bit of Mars Black, which you should have in your kit. A little bit of black.
Can you hold it up so we can see it?
I do not have, it should be marked on your kit.
Okay, say it again. Because you keep breaking up on mine.
Mars Black.
Okay.
Mars Black.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My paints are a little different because I ran out of your paints. So I'm just
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
Okay,
what
Mars.
What are you doing with Mars Black?
Yeah, just a little bit out on your palette, which is the dish. Put a little bit out. If you can see what mine looks like on the video, maybe I should put it up a little further here. See, I've got just a little bit and a little bit. And then you're going to put out some raw umber. A little bit of raw umber. That's a brown. It's a brown. You have two browns. You have a burnt sienna and a raw umber. Okay, so I'm mixing mine with a brush. You have a little stick there.
So it's the
raw umber.
Raw umber.
I believe.
And the Mars Black.
Mars Black, raw umber, and the white.
And the white.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to take just a little bit of the umber, just a tad. I'm using a palette knife, but you're just going to do a little, see how much I have there? Can you see that? Oh, maybe not. Let me put it over here. Can you see that? Is it like a shadow? Okay, just a little bit into that white and just a touch of the black into that white.
Are you able to make that, the area that you're coloring out, can you make that screen bigger to the main screen? Because I just see the picture of the gnome in the background.
What gnome? What are do you mean?
The palette, what you're mixing, is that what you're saying? You want
Yeah,
her to
can you
make
blow
that?
that up to the big screen?
I can show you, but yeah, probably not. It's gonna be a little bit hard because I'll probably knock everything over. Let's see. All right, can you see that? So you get like a little bit of a grayness. Okay. So I just took a little bit of each of those. Okay, so it's a very light, like grayish shade. Brownish gray. Okay, now just put a little bit more white out on your palette. And you can see I'm not using a lot because you have to make that all that paint last for you. Okay, so you're going to get your flat brush. Wait a minute. That's this one. Okay. And you're going to start putting out white onto the background there. And you don't want to put a lot of paint on your brush. You just want to get enough on there that you can paint this. And you probably...
Is there any way you can tell us again what two colors you're mixing together? Because we can't see it all.
Okay, Mars Black and Raw Umber.
Thank you.
Okay.
with the white Mary or just the...
Yeah, just mix that up into your white. You get that like grayish brown. And then you're going to have a little puddle of white on the side.
Okay.
Has everybody got that? We're all good? Okay. And you're going to just start painting with that. Onto the background. And you're going to just paint this, and then you're going to start mixing some of that mix that we just made. We're going to start mixing that in the background too. But I would get a couple of these panels like this right over to these gnomes here. And then get a little bit of that mixture and just lightly go over this. Just lightly. See what I'm doing? And it's just picking up some of that dark. Can you see that?
Okay, so we're painting with white Mary, and then we're taking the mixture that we made and just going over the white with the
a little
mixture
bit, yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Right, right.
I'm going to go ahead and repeat a little bit of what you say sometimes because you break out just a little bit.
Yeah, because I think this is coming through my computer, which might not be very good. So,
okay.
As long as we can keep the video going, we're in good shape.
Yeah, not a problem. And
okay.
I'm happy to
that will
sure
be
that everybody can hear as well.
Help, yes. Okay, so we're just going to keep moving on down this top part here. This just looks like maybe I should put that other light on. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this a little brighter. Let me put my other light on because it's looking too shadowy, and I don't know that you can see that as well. Give me a second. Is that too bright now? Oh, we
can't see video, Mary.
Okay. Okay, what the heck? Okay, hold on. Let me get back in here again.
Okay.
Oh, hassles, little hassles. Okay, let's see. Okay, I know what happened. There. Sorry about that.
You're back.
Okay, and I hope it looks a little brighter. Yeah, I gotta have that light on there. Okay. All right. And you should be able to see like where the paint is not hitting on here. I know you have a white canvas, so it's kind of hard to see, but if you look sideways, you'd be able to see this a little bit better. And I can actually see where my white is not there. Hey, Steve. Thanks. 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 Okay, so you're going to go to the next one, and we're going to work our way all the way down. Oh, sorry, Sal. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to get a little brighter here. Oh yeah, that's much better, I think. Okay. And this white is transparent enough that you'll be able to still see your line, because that'll be our next point of doing. So, I know these brushes are very tiny, but I did do this painting with these small brushes, and it worked out fine. By the end of the painting, these brushes probably won't be worth anything, but they do good for the painting. How's everybody doing? Okay? Thumbs up. We're doing good? Okay, we're doing good. Okay, that's good. Good. Yeah, I think Sally went downstairs. She's no longer with me. Oh, here she comes. I thought she was going downstairs. I'll be darned. Come on, Sally. You can sit down in here. Can you get through it? Okay, come on.
Hey, Mary?
Yes,
Your video turned
it
off.
went again.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps doing that. I don't know. I guess it stops once that little plug of mine comes out of there. As long as my internet doesn't go out, we'll be good.
That's why I came to the library. I'm thankful of that.
I'll tell you, I've had so much trouble lately with Comcast and my internet. It's like they came the other day to give me a new modem, so hopefully that thing works. Okay, is everybody finished with the background? We're still working on that? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just rinse that brush out because we're going to use our smaller brush next for this little other part here. And if you are finished with the background, you can go to your little round brush. And we're going to go into that mixture that we made. And I'll show you what we're going to do, and then we'll wait for everybody to catch up. But we're going to draw lines. Where that line is, it goes across, this darker one is going to go right on that line. And it's okay if it goes crooked. It kind of just makes it a little bit more original. I'm not good at straight lines. Okay. Just want to get a little bit more of this in here. Just kind of matching the rest of it. Okay. When everybody's done, just put your thumbs up. Okay. Okay, so try not to use all of your mix because we're going to be using that again. Okay. So the next thing we're going to start on, and I don't know, is everybody kind of almost done? Okay. We're going to start on this beard here over in this right hand side of the painting. So we want to mix some of that raw umber. So you're going to get your stick again. We're going to mix a little bit of raw umber. That's that brown shade. And we're going to put just a little bit of white in there. And a little bit of the black. So it's almost the same mixture, but there's more of the umber in here. So it comes out pretty dark. Can you see that? Maybe not. Let me see if I can lift this up. Okay, right here. So it's kind of a darker brown. Okay. And we're going to get our round brush. And we're going to outline his mustache. We're going to outline that. We're going to outline around his nose. And we're going to outline around his beard. Now, if this gets a little dry for you, you can add a little water to it. But these are pretty good paints. They're kind of they flow pretty nice. You want to just take your time. And don't overload your brush because then it'll be a big blob on here. I'm not putting a lot of paint on my brush. And I'm going to add just a touch of water. Just a little spritz. And you're just doing the underneath part of his nose. And if you find that it's hard to steady, just put your finger down, your little pinky finger down to hold, onto the canvas. That kind of helps to, steady your brush a bit. So now Once we get that outlined, we're going to go into our flat brush again. Okay? We're going to go into our white. Don't overload your brush and just kind of fill this in. And you can go over that little bit of brown because that'll kind of give it a little bit of a shadow. And you're going in the same direction as his beard would grow. So his beard is growing downward. His mustache is going outward. Okay, you see how I'm doing this? So you go the same way as his beard would grow. Now just grab a little bit of that brown mixture that we just made. Okay.
I'll see a little bit there, Mary.
Okay, the brown mixture that we just made, that darker one, just go into that with your brush. And we're going to just lightly hit his beard. Like dry brush, that means there's not a lot of paint on the brush. And we're just going to kind of go in the same direction as his beard. Can you see?
Brown color that we just made. Very,
yes.
Very dry brush.
Yes, not a lot of paint. It almost matches the background. Can you see how I'm doing this?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to do the same with his mustache. And if it gets too dark, like I got it kind of dark there, you can go over that with a little bit of white. So how's everybody doing so far? We doing good?
I think so.
Okay, good. Good.
Everybody good?
Good. How you making out, Liam? Is he You're not making out too good? Oh no, what happened? Oh no. I bet you're doing fine. All right, so we're gonna move into our middle gnome. Okay, so what we want to do here is we're gonna mix, you know what we have left over, the brown and the black. We're gonna mix those two together. We're just gonna make a nice, almost dark, deep brown. And this is what it's gonna look like. Pretty dark, almost black. And we're going to paint in his beard. The whole thing. Paint the whole beard in. And if you need a little water into that, just put a little dab of water in there because they've been sitting out, so they're kind of getting a little dry a little bit. So, this is almost black. And he's kind of squiggly. His beard is a little squiggly, so you got to make that little squiggle. Little curves in the beard. And be careful around his nose. Make sure you're painting his beard downward. Okay? have some Cobalt Blue, or wait, not, is it Cobalt Blue that I put in there? I believe it is Cobalt
Yes.
Blue. Okay, you can put some of that on your palette, just a tad. And I'm going to mix a little white with that. Just a
No,
little.
We lost you a little bit there.
Okay, just mix a little white with that. I'll show you.
Okay, a little white with the cobalt.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of this mixture. Just a tad of white in there. Okay, and with your little round brush, we're going to put some little squigglies in his beard. Put some little squigglies. So you're just going to go like this. Okay. And these don't have to be not, perfect. They can break up. This is his beard. It's going to have different shades. So just kind of squiggle it out. And if it starts to get dry at the bottom, that's fine. Now, if you look at my palette, it looks like I have a face on there. I don't know, just blue eye, one brown eye, and a nose, and a mouth, too. Okay, so for this last beard here, that mixture that we still have left over, the dark brown mixture, just add a little bit of white. And we're going to paint that guy that color. So, I don't know if you can see that. And we're going to use that flat brush. It's a little bit almost like what we put in this beard here, but we're going to make this one solid. It's kind of gray looking.
I'm sorry, what are the two colors you're using for that beard?
Okay, that what we had mixed for the middle beard, and then just add a little white, just a little bit of white, and it almost kind of gets gray looking. Okay? And his beard kind of is a little feathery. So we're going to kind of feather these pieces out. Okay. Okay, how are we making out with that?
How's everybody's third beard going?
Okay, that's good. We got the beards going? Yeah. Okay. What's the matter, Zoe? Huh? Okay, so if you got the third beard done, you can get some of your Cobalt Blue and just go directly into that. And just kind of just tap it in certain places here. Like, just tap it in. Kind of, you can lighten it up if you want to see it a little bit better. Because with that gray, it kind of almost just make it kind of wispy with your flat brush. And that doesn't have to be mixed all the way. You can add the white and the blue all together and then just kind of wisp it on here. He's a shaggy looking guy. I see what's going on. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Stop that, Zoe. Look at you. What are you doing? You're making those things bleed. So we all done with that part? Okay, okay, good. All right, so we're going to start working on their hats. Okay, so this one is cerulean blue. So we're just going to start out with that, with the cerulean blue. And that gets straight cerulean. Okay.
Wait, do you mean the cobalt?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
remember you said
cobalt. I
that.
apologize. Yeah, I'm like I don't have any more of the green oxide, so my middle gnome is going to be a little bit different from yours. So, I was looking for it, but I don't have any, so I think I used it all in the packets. Yeah, so you're just going to like paint this downward. So why I was thinking of cerulean, but I do like cerulean blue. It is a deep color. So we're just going to use our flat brush for this. And you want to make sure that all that brown is out of there too. So make sure your brush is clean. And you want to go around those little circles. And around his nose. One of the nice things about doing this right now is we don't have to wear a mask. I'm so tired of wearing my mask. Ugh.
That is true.
Yeah. Okay, and before that dries, in the middle, you want to add some white. So you just add that to your brush, and then just kind of get that a little lighter in the middle. Give it a little highlight there. Okay. Now my green is kind of a light olive green. We're going to be working on the next hat. So what you're going to do is get your green oxide, and you're going to mix a little bit of the green oxide with some raw umber, just a tad of the raw umber. So you've got a little bit more green oxide and then a tad of the raw umber.
Okay, green oxide and raw umber.
Right.
Mostly green oxide then.
Yes, yes, just a little bit. So I don't know how mine's going to turn out with this, but we'll see.
Everybody hear that? The green oxide and the raw umber?
Green oxide and raw umber. So mine is kind of like an olive green, but yours should be pretty dark. So what we're going to do is just outline this middle hat. Just outline it. And work around your little circle. So we're going to do it just like this. We're going to outline the outside of the hat. And you can hold your brush vertically instead of flat. Just to get a nice crisp line vertically. Okay, and then to that mixture that you made, add some titanium white. And we're going to do the inside part of his hat. So it gets a little lighter there. So your edge should be darker and the middle part will be lighter. Then you want to rinse out your brush after you're done with that. We doing good so far? Got this, getting this done? Good, good. Okay, good. Kelly. Okay, are we ready for the third hat? We're still working. Okay, so the third hat's going to be done in yellow, but we got to mix a little bit of the outline first. So we're going to get our yellow. We're going to get some raw umber and a little titanium white also with this. So just a tad of those two colors. But you want to save some yellow for the middle, because we're going to mix that with white. Okay.
So it's yellow, raw umber, and white.
Yes, so you're just going to get a little bit of the yellow, just a touch, like almost like a tip of a toothpick, and same with the white, tip of a toothpick. Mix those together. And it almost comes out like a greenish shade. And we're going to do the outline of this third hat. And it almost matches this because I don't have the Oxide, so it'll be a little different for me. So each one of those little rounded pieces here, we're going to paint. That's what we're going to paint. And then the middle part will be the yellow with just a little bit of white in there, so it's a little less transparent. So you're doing this on a curvy kind of thing. Don't cover up your bees.
And then we're going in there with yellow, Mary?
With the yellow and just a tad of white, just to...
A tad of white, okay.
Yeah, just so that the yellow is not transparent.
Okay.
Yellow tends to be more transparent. And that kind of gives it a little bit more oomph. And you want to go around his nose with the yellow. Not that greenish color, or that other color that we mixed with the yellow. He looks cute. These are looking really good. They're starting to come together. Alright, so our next thing we're going to be working on are the noses. We're going to get those in. So as soon as you guys get done with the hat there, we'll get to the nose. Both the noses. All three. Okay, so the nose is going to be mixed with raw sienna. So this is a new one. The raw sienna. Yeah,
the raw sienna. Okay,
raw
the raw sienna.
We're going to
There's
get
2 siennas in there, guys. So the raw
yeah,
sienna.
one's burnt and one's raw. So you want to get your raw. Put that out on your palette. We're also going to get some burnt sienna. So it's a mixture of a couple of these shades. And you won't need a lot of that paint because it's just 3 little noses, so. And you're going to need your white. So we're just going to take a little bit of the raw sienna, burnt sienna, mix those two together. And
about 50-50, Mary?
Yeah, I would say 50-50.
Okay.
And then add a little white to that. And I'll show you what that looks like. And then we're going to take some of that and move it aside. So this is that mixture. I don't know if you can see that.
It's a little bit blurry.
Yeah, let's see. Can you see that better?
It's a little bit better, yeah.
Okay. I got this kind of close up because I wanted to get in on the noses. So it's a little close. So take a little bit of that. Put it to the side and mix a little bit of white, more white into that. Because you want to get that almost like a peachy shade. So it has to be lighter. Almost like a flesh tone. And it'll look something like that. Okay. Alright, so you want to get your little round brush. Make sure it's clean, your little round brush. And we're going to outline the bottom of his nose with that darker color that we mixed there. Now if you find that that's too thick, you can add a little water to that because you want to make sure that you can get this to flow decently. Because I know that sienna there is, that burnt sienna is kind of thick. And we're just going to do the outline of his nose. We're going to start with the blue one. And then we're going to move over to that lighter one and just kind of fill the rest of it in. And we're going to do this for all 3 noses. Does anybody need to take a break? Are you guys doing okay? Anybody need to take a break?
Good.
Okay. I can't show you where the restrooms are. That I know you know where they are. So. Actually, we're going to be doing the center one first. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one nose. We're going to add a little white, just kind of like to the top of this, kind of giving it a little highlight. And we're going to do that for all the noses. I guess you missed that because I did it on the wrong one. Okay, so I just added a touch of white on top here.
Okay.
And then all the noses are going to get that. And then with that brown that we mixed for the nose, for underneath the nose, we're going to add a little bubble right underneath those little highlights. Just a little round right underneath those highlights. All three. So we're going to move to the nest right here. Okay, and your raw umber, just straight raw umber and your flat brush. Oh, sorry about that flat one. We're going to go straight into that raw umber. That's a darker brown. And we're just going to paint this circle. And your paints could be drying off, so if you want to just spritz them, or you could dip your brush in the water and just kind of get it a little bit wetter. And you're just going to paint the whole inside here.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. Is that just black?
No, raw umber.
Thank you.
Okay. So, so our next color will be the raw sienna. We should still have a little bit of that out on our palette. And we're going to paint around the nest like with little strokes, just like how you would see a bird's nest, like the little twigs in there. So we're just going to kind of just around. And this might need to dry a little bit more, so, you know, you can wait because that's just a little wet. Maybe we can move on to the next piece while this is drying because it's not going to show up right. We're going to go to our green again. That beautiful green that we have, that oxide green. And we're going to use our round brush. And let's see here. And we are going to put some little leaves in here. So, you're going to use your oxide green. I'm going to show you how to do this. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So there's some leaves here that are showing up, but that's actually flowers there. So what we're going to do is we're going to press down with our round brush. Press down and lift up. Press down and lift up. So if you can watch that, press down and lift up. Okay?
That's just green, Mary?
Just that oxide green.
Okay.
And we're going to put this throughout his hat. Even though the leaves aren't showing up on this hat, we're still going to put it there. So we're going to press down and lift up. Press down and lift up. Same here. Press down, lift up. Press down, lift up. And you're using your round brush. And then for our blue gnome, there you have a little line here that we kind of painted in before. So we're going to paint that with our oxide green also. So I like to start from the top and then work my way down. And this kind of just goes like an S shape. It's a little vine growing on his hat. And we're going to paint some leaves around this circle because we're going to learn how to paint a rose. Same principle here. You just press down and lift up. These are looking so adorable. I hope yours are too. I want to see them after we're all done. See if I did a good job explaining on a Zoom.
I think they're gonna look cute.
I think so. I think so. So, we're going to go over to this gnome again, right here. We're going to put some blue in here. They're like little blue flowers. And I don't know if you can see that on this one. So you're just going to tap them in there, just like we did with the green. Just tap them in, make a couple dots up there, and that'll help with that. We'll see how we can do with that. So you're going to just use your blue. That's Cobalt Blue, right? Not cerulean, Cobalt. And you have sort of like a little, if you still can see your tracing here, you can just fill those in where you see your tracing. And we're still using that round brush. And then we can tap some white into that too, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I'm just tapping it and lifting. So with your round brush and some yellow, we're going to paint the little bees over here. So we'll paint the little edges of the bee here. We'll color that in with yellow. And then the center strip will be the black, Mars black. Because that little bee's buzzing around here. And we could add more black if we want. We don't have to keep it, you know, can make little strokes on the bee, like in the front, in the middle, and on the end. Then we're going to paint his little wings. We're not going to paint them black, but we're going to outline them. I might zoom this in. Let's see if I can get that a little better. There we go. Don't press hard. Just press lightly so you can get the little wings. And this is a bee up here also, so we want to get that one in too. Little bee right here. Oh, he's a little bit messed up. I didn't get the black out enough. Let's see here. Okay. Little bee. Now sometimes your paint needs thinned out if it's not doing a real nice outline. So you can thin it out with a little water. And down here, I'm just going to put a couple little leaves just to spruce him up a little bit down here. This is up to you if you want to do that. Kind of give it a couple little extra leaves. You can put some around the bee. Add some flowers. This is all up to you. You don't have to do this. I'm just putting them in here for something extra. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the nest, and I'm using my round brush, and I'm going to put some of these little strokes in here that make it look like a bird's nest.
What color is that?
That's that raw sienna.
The raw sienna.
Yeah, raw sienna. Now, if I'm going too fast, just come on and tell me that you need to, because sometimes I start to get crazy, you know. I just move along, so. If you're having a hard time keeping up. I think you can see how I'm doing this around this nest. Just want those. Okay.
Just kind of swiping in a circle.
Yeah, just swiping it, not, you know, like, you know how you see a bird's nest, it kind of almost intertwines with each other.
Yeah.
So you're intertwining them. And then you could grab some of your white too and kind of give it a little bit of a highlight. just going to grab some of that blue and add some white to it. And almost kind of put some of those blue ones in there too. Just kind of giving it a little bit of a highlight. Okay. So we're gonna now get our dark brown, the which is that burnt umber or raw umber, I'm sorry. Kind of wet that a little bit, make it like an ink-like consistency. And we're gonna draw some twigs on this bird's nest. So what you need to do is hold your brush back, like back to the end of your brush, like I'm holding. You just have a little bit, and then you're going to kind of draw these in, just like let them flow. Just let them flow.
What color was that? I missed it.
Oh yeah, that's the raw umber. That's the very dark brown. It almost looks black. And you're just going to make these look like little tree branches. Then you can grab some of your raw sienna and kind of just almost highlight some of these just a little bit. Just kind of go over them a little. It's kind of funny, he's got this little bird's nest growing out of his head.
We've all got our quirks, I guess.
Yeah, especially gnomes. They have quite a bit. They're kind of different, that's for sure. But we all love gnomes, so. Now you don't want a tree trunk on his head. You want these nice and thin if you can make it. Just make them nice and thin.
And you said you highlighted that with the...
Yeah, just a little bit of the umber. I mean the raw
Umber,
sienna.
okay.
I'm sorry, the raw sienna.
Raw sienna.
Yeah, the raw sienna. Did everybody get their bees in on the nest? I mean, on the right-hand gnome. They're a little tough, but if you cover it up with the little leaves, they look kind of nice. They're just resting there. Okay, so this bird's nest has 3 eggs. 3 eggs. Three. And they're blue. And they're straight blue. So everybody knows how to make an egg, right? I mean, you know what an egg looks like. So these are small eggs. They're not big. And we're going to put one here at 6 o'clock. And we're just going to kind of, with our flat brush, kind of draw those in. So we got one at 6. We got another one over here at, guess about 2. He was lucky. He got a bird's nest with the little birdie eggs. And then we're going to put one here at around 10 o'clock. Maybe 9:30. Ooh, that's a big egg. Okay, and we want to highlight with a little bit of white before they dry. And I'm going to get my round brush again, and I'm going into that raw sienna. And I'm just going to kind of like put some of those twiggy things inside here so that it doesn't look funny for them, for the eggs. Get some dark. There we go. So we're getting close to done. So our next color is going to be our chrome orange. And we're going to need some white also, some titanium white. Hopefully you still have some of that left. to make sure everybody's done with this other stuff first. Because you got to watch close on the roses. Okay. Are we ready for the roses, or are we still working? Okay. Okay. Okay, you guys? Okay. All right. We're going to get our round brush, and we're going into our orange. Okay, we'll start with this bigger one first. Okay, so we're going to just make a little C in the middle. A little C. And then we're going to make another C backwards around that. So now we want to make a C that comes around that. And as we go, we're going to press a little harder each time. And all these are going to be C's. So you can grab a little white, and in the parts where we don't hit, we're going to hit that with the lighter color.
That's just straight up white?
Straight white, but because it's still on our brush, it's going to be like a pale orange.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So we can make a pale orange one out here. We'll make one out here. Then we'll go back into our orange directly. And do that all over again with the C's. But we're getting bigger with our C's as we get closer to the edge. But we want to definitely leave a little bit of white so it can come back in there with the white. So we're kind of letting our canvas show there. And right where the canvas is white is where we're putting our sort of peachy shade because it mixes on with our brush. Roses are fun once you get the hang of them. So while you're working on that rose, I'm going to go over my branches here a little bit. Okay, and this little one, you do the same thing. This little one. Now you can make your C up a little higher. Instead of putting it dead center, just put the C here. And then everything will go around that. And we'll go into the white. Don't they look cute? How are yours turning out, okay?
Not as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to do it this way, you know, instead of worrying about it. You just make these C's all through it, you know. Okay, we're going to add one more up here, right where we put this little, let me go back here, let's see. Right here, let's just put a little bud. So this is just going to be a little C this way, and then we'll just come down. That's just a little bud there. Did you see that, or did? Yeah. Okay.
Your hand's a little bit there, but
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just made a little C here and one here, and then I kind of just came down a little bit like into a V, and then just put some white in there. So now with your green oxide, you're going to put some more leaves on this vine. So we are just going to tap those in. I'm hoping you can see this. Wait a minute. Okay, let's bring, there we go. Okay. So I'm just tapping it. Just kind of like alternating where the leaves are. And yours will probably show up a lot better on the blue because mine is a lighter green. So I'm just tapping it, and I'm still using my round brush. And you're just following that vine. You could put a leaf down here. Couple. Now, if your noses are too dark and you want to lighten them up, you can mix some white and that orange, and you can lighten your noses up because it just seems like mine are a little too dark. So, of course, I don't want them to be white, but And this is entirely up to you. But I don't like them this dark. They just... You can make a round circle in the middle here. Just highlight it on the edges, and it kind of looks a little bit better. There. I like that better. So the best part about this now is it is finished, and you can sign it. Now, a lot of people will use a Sharpie to sign. I just have a, it's a ink pen, and you can sign it, and you have your beautiful little gnome painting. And this is an 11 by 14 if you want to get a frame. Let's see, I have some frames here to just show you. Oh, geez. I just pulled things out here. Tripped and pulled it out. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Oh, heavens. Video stop. There we go. We're getting back here. There. Okay. Just to show you what a frame would look like on that. And then you can hang it up. Now I will usually get my frames at Hobby Lobby when they're 50% off. And you can get a nice frame for pretty cheap. So, you probably, if you do get a frame, you want to kind of go with his middle beard here. Because it's a dark brown, so get something dark brown. Yeah. And I'm going to sign my painting here. And I want to see everybody's painting when you're all done.